Hi everyone, Kim here for Treasurely Kit Club. What I've got for you today is a layout, and we're going to do a step-by-step, but it's also going to be a little bit of a tutorial to show you how to take your layouts to the next level. If you got our January scrapbook kit, you'll know that it's by 3/4 Designs. If you have not seen it, I'll link the reveal above. But the thing about 3/4 Designs is they give you sketches on using their papers to create layouts. So what we did was we picked a layout, and this is the one that we're going to be using, and I'm going to show you how to, follow the sketch, but then to add some things from your stash to kick your layout up a notch. And when you're done, we'll end up with a finished project that looks like this. It still very much looks like the sketch, but there's some added extras in here that the only way you'll get to see is if you check out the video. So let's get into it. Okay, so we decided that this is going to be the layout that we're going to create, and then I'm going to show you how to kick it up a notch. So we're going to follow the sketch. That'll be the first step. I'll show you how to follow the sketch, and then the second step will be, again, taking this layout up another notch using some mediums and a few extra things that I have in my stash. All right, so let's get to it. What I've done is I have cut out all of my elements that I need, or pulled out all of the elements that I need to create the layout as they have it. So I've got all that stuff right here. And what I also did is I pre-prepped my paper, my background paper. I used just some, oops, dropping stuff, clear gesso on the back of my paper, on the background paper, and I let that dry. And you're going to get a little bit of some waviness on here, but once you get everything on your layout, it'll be all fine, so don't worry about it. And you don't want to use a whole lot, you just need a light touch. Okay, so we're going to continue to prep our background. Again, this is going to be one of the steps that we're going to do to take this layout up a notch, and we're going to be using some modeling paste. We've gotten plenty of modeling paste in our kits, and then I went through my stencils to see what I had that were kind of winterish. And it turns out I have two separate snowflake stencils. With this one, we have this one, and I'm actually going to be using this one. I like these snowflakes in this one a little bit better. And from looking at our layout, there's going to be a couple of areas that we're going to have some white areas or nothing in it, so we're going to have that area here up top and here down here. So I'm going to take my stencil, and we're going to add some background snowflakes to that, just lightly and randomly. Just going to add some background snowflakes. So we're going to take our modeling paste. All right, let me zoom you in a little bit closer. There you go, so you can see what we're going to be doing. And again, I'm going to take some modeling paste, and we're going to work on the background. All right, we got you zoomed in, and I just started adding the modeling paste, just random. All right, so we've got that all done. We've got our snowflakes up top, and we've got our snowflakes down at the bottom. Now, next up, we're going to go ahead and move into working on our background here. So I'm going to zoom you back out. And we're going to start on our background. And like I said, I've cut out all our background pieces. So we're going to be working on this next. All right, before we get into our background, I forgot, we've got a little chipboard piece here that we've got to color. This is from the kit, and what I did with this one is, because it's chipboard and I want to use ink on it, I gave it a clear coat of gesso as well, and we're going to be using some Distress ink from my stash. And we're just going to go ahead and take our little blending tool and open up our ink. And we're going to go ahead and start to ink this. As you can see with the gesso, it's taking the ink really well. And it's also giving it a little bit texture. That gesso has some texture on it. So this is where we're at. Now with him all inked up, make it a little bit darker. But now here's our chipboard reindeer all inked up. And now we're going to go ahead and start to put some things together. We're also going to ink up the edges of some of our cutouts that we have here. So we're going to take these two faux lug pieces. They were just cut out from the ephemera in the kit. And we're going to use our gathered twigs just to ink the edges. It'll help cover if you left any white from when you cut this out, which I'm pretty sure I did because I don't like to fussy cut. I'm going to start putting this together, and I may speed through some of this unless I'm going to do something that's not on the sketch. Okay, so we're at the point where we've pretty much got everything done from our sketch. Again, this is our sketch that we're using. And this is where we're at. There's a few things that we still need to add. Like I need to add the ribbon to it. So I'm going to take a piece of ribbon, make myself a small bow. I'm terrible at bow making. If anybody can feel my pain about that, let me know. And I need a glue dot so we can glue this on. Our little blue bow goes right here. Okay, so I've got a few other things from my stash that I want to go ahead and incorporate into this. I want to bring in some silver to this, and just so you know, this flower has not been adhered yet because I've got another flower that's going to go up here with it. We're going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and stick that down. I can get my glue out. There we go. So add it partially under there like that, and then we've got a piece of foam tape on this one, so this one will be standing up a little bit. Alrighty, and these are holding our place for our photos because yes, we're going to do the two photos on here. We're going to put some foam tape on the title as well, and what we should have done that I have sitting here to do and completely forgot is we're going to try and get us a little bit of blue ink around really should have done this beforehand. Actually, it's worked up. What do we have? We've got some stuff in here. I pulled out some Lindy's, and this is the color Bavarian Blue. We got this in a mixed media kit not too long ago, so if you get our mixed media kit, these are perfect to use if you wanted to, you know, use these sketches and kick these up. We're also going to be using some stickles that I had, and we're going to add in some glitter, some silver glitter. And I've got a couple other pieces here. I've got a little acrylic frame. This was clear. I covered it in a coat of white gesso. And I also pulled out a butterfly. Yeah, I know it's a winter layout, but you know what? We all love butterflies. So we never know. We might find a place for it. But those are some more of the things that I pulled out that we're going to use to take this up another notch, plus a couple other few flowers, white flowers. So first things first, we are going to take some of our Bavarian Blue Lindy's shaker, and we're going to shake some out. Oop. That was a lot, but it should give us a nice color. And we're going to mix that. I've got a spray bottle of water here. It's just regular water. It's making such a pretty blue. Our spray bottle, you know what? Why don't we just pour us some? And we're going to get all that mixed up. Okay, so we're taking this paint, and I'm just going to stick my brush in there, and we're going to just quickly paint the frame. And we're going to use this frame on the layout, and it's going to give you an opportunity to add another small photo to your layout. So this would actually be a layout that has 3 photos on it. I typically do 1, sometimes maybe 2 photo layout, but for this one we're going big. We're going to let this dry. We're not going to hit it with the heat gun. It's going to have to dry on its own because, again, this is a resin piece, and we don't want that resin to melt. So we're going to set that aside for a moment. And then we're going to, we got our blue all mixed up. Before we get to the blue, we're going to take our butterfly, and we are going to paint our butterfly with our blue. What spot I missed. And it doesn't matter if you do this evenly or not, because what we're going to do now is we are going to take a wet wipe, and we are going to just damp some off. So it's like we gave this a whitewash of blue color. Because keep in mind, I said I wanted to pull in some more of the silvers. So this is what it looks like after we've wiped it off a little bit. It still truly fits in with our theme, but we're going to give this some silver. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use some glitter on this, because of course we've got to have some bling on this layout. So we're going to take it. I'm going to take my glue and just randomly squeeze some on here. So it doesn't have to be all over. And we're going to take our glitter and this is a fine glitter, and we're just going to sprinkle that on there like so. And then we're going to pick it up, shake it off, and it's a little heavy in some places, so we're going to fix that. We're going to smooth it out a little bit and then shake it off some more. So now here's our glittered butterfly, and it's just random. We'll set that aside. And because this is a thin chipboard, we can lift the wings a little bit so we can make this a little more dimensional on our page. And we're going to find us a nice little spot for it, and I'm thinking right there would be a nice little spot for it. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down, and the glitter will dry while it's on the page. But yeah, so there. Alright, so I grabbed a few more flowers that we're going to go ahead and add to our layout. And so we got our flowers down, and now we're just going to take some stickles. Oh, as soon as I get it unclogged. So that's what we've got there so far. Now next up, we're going to use some more of our Lindy's that we mixed up, but we're also going to take, I'm going to take some white gesso, and we're going to make a little mix with that. And I'm also going to take some of the silver paint, and we're going to make okay, so this is what I've got so far. We've got some white gesso and we've got some paint, and I'm going to add water to both, and we're going to make a little mixture. Sorry, it's off camera, but I'll show you as soon as I got it. I'm mixing it up now. We're going to have to add a little more paint to that mixture, a little too watery. So I'm going to add some more paint to it. There we go. And we're getting that all mixed up. And then on the other end, like I said, we've got the gesso and water. And I'm getting that all mixed up as well, as you can see here. It's taking a minute to get this mixed up. Let me try a paintbrush, see if that'll help it a little bit. Alright, our paint mixed up well. We're still working on our gesso over here. Alright, it looks like we've got that mixed pretty well for what we want to do. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is I'm actually going to take the little cards off that are holding their spots for our photos, and I'm going to start with my blue. I'm going to take my brush, mix it in there with my blue, make sure I got all I need. I'm going to tap it off, because what we're going to do is now we're just going to add some splatters. And tap lightly. Some of my splatters are a little heavier. I hit it a little too hard, and that'll happen. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far. We are almost done. I want to add some more because this is a wintry layout and I really want it to sparkle. I'm going to add some more stickles to it. I think what I'm going to do is just add a little dot on the title. In the corner there. All right, flowers are all stickled up, and what I'm going to do just temporarily is just add a piece of tape, and we're going to stick these back on here. Until I get the right pictures for this. And living in the Midwest, it won't take long for me to get the right pictures for this layout, because they are predicting a snowstorm. So, but this is where we are. This is how we've kicked up that sketch that they've given us from 3/4 Designs right here to this. And hopefully you like what I've done and how I showed you a way to kick up your sketches, or to how to do a sketch and then kick it up and make it your own. So this has been Kim for Trey Jolie Kids. If you have not stopped by our website and checked out our kits, please make sure you do so. It's www.treyjoliekids.com. There will be a link below, and make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and make sure you set your notifications to all. That way you'll be notified anytime that we upload a video. This project has been created with our January scrapbook kit. And like I said, I've used some things from some past kits as well. And right now we do have an after Christmas sale still going on. You can get up to 50% off on kits. So make sure you stop by the website and you check out the sale as well. Meantime, I'm going to leave you with some close-ups of our layout. Thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year to you all. May 2023 be joyous and prosperous for us all.